Hey, buddy. How's it going? I heard you after some clone fragrance recommendations. You came to the right place. You can trust me. Yeah. Yeah. It's all good, dude. It's all good. Where you going? Hey, man. What's the problem, dude? Come on, come back. Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. So today's video is the final clone fragrance video that I'm ever gonna shoot here. Yeah, I'm doing a little move and it's gonna be looking a little different behind me in future videos. Now, I don't know when this video is gonna go live. It's possible that this video goes live after I've already, done the move to the new spot. So we'll see. But this will be the final clone video filmed right here. So we have to say goodbye to this beautiful blue and pink location, purple. I don't even know what colors are behind me. That's pink, purple, I don't know. And we have to say goodbye to Drakkar Noir, which is always hanging out over my shoulder, judging every single move that I make. Yeah, don't trust that guy, Drakkar Noir. But today, guys, I've got 10 different fragrances that are gonna be amazing for you if you are seeking some attention. And by attention, I mean positive attention. And not just a little bit either. Some of these are absolute stunners, especially for the price point. And I've also worked in some fragrances here that are lesser known as well. So some newer ones, some lesser known ones, and some crowd favorites. We're gonna kick things off with one that you have to know about. Like, this stuff is stupid good. It's called Rey Aqua. And this is by Zamaya. And Zamaya, I honestly overlooked for a while. I had Theorem, and Theorem was really good. But then I placed an order for, I don't even know how many, maybe like 15 clone fragrances. And a number of them were Zamaya fragrances. And holy crap. Why have I not heard about these like before? I don't know. So anyway, this is one of those, and the box, honestly, pretty slick. It's pretty cool looking. So check this out. It's got kind of like a 3D paper effect. It looks really nice, actually. But Rey Aqua, the name, doesn't really tell you too much unless you read into it a whole lot and you're like, Aqua? Aqua de Joe? But no, actually. And honestly, the fragrance that it's a clone of is not really an aquatic fragrance, so the name, who knows, but I don't care. I'm not here to judge fragrance clone names. If I was, this video would last for roughly eternity. Yeah, like infinity hours. All I'm saying is some clone names sometimes are a little crazy.
Just let me get high. I know I can remember if I get high.
But all that aside, Rey Aqua, this is actually a clone of Born in Roma Intense. Yes, my favorite Born in Roma. That's what this one is. And it is so well done for an inexpensive clone fragrance. And on top of that, the cap is magnetic. Now, not the strongest magnet on earth, but we'll let it slide. It does do this though, the little thing where when you turn the cap, it pops up. So yeah, high quality. As I said though, this is Born in Roma Intense. It has that sweetness like Born in Roma Intense has. It has great freshness as well. Really well done. Quality is there. You can use this pretty much whenever you want, just like Born in Roma Intense. Just surprisingly, extremely well done. So Zamaya Rey Aqua, if you've never heard of this one, Born in Roma Intense is what that is. Next up is from Gulf Orchid. This one is called Mango Ice. Now this is one that made the rounds on TikTok. It was just like everywhere, everyone hyping this one up. And it is a God of Fire clone, a God of Fire alternative. There are a whole bunch of those out there nowadays. And even though I was maybe put off on like grabbing this one immediately, I gotta say, really well done. It's got great performance, the longevity is there, the projection is there. It's a God of Fire clone. Like I said, there's a bunch of those out there. For the price point though, this stuff is right up there with the best of the best. Now, it used to be a little bit cheaper than it is now, and that's because the hype behind it, it's kind of pushed the price up a little bit, but it's still like 30 bucks. So it's not very expensive. So when I say it used to be cheaper, it wasn't that much cheaper. It was like 25 or something. So, not a huge difference, but still slightly higher. Nowhere near as high as some of the other alternatives out there though, so not a big deal. It's still priced extremely well, especially when you consider the quality that this has, the longevity, as I said, the projection. It's a really well done blend of the mango aspects, the woodsy aspects of the fragrance, so you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. And that's kind of the approach that I appreciate when it comes to God of Fire alternatives. Because there are some out there that lean way more toward one side or the other. So like if you really, really want to go overdosed on mango or really overdosed on the slightly woodsier aspects, you can do that. There are alternatives out there for that. But I think this one and then Vulcan Pho, those are going to be your two best bets. So Mango Ice Gulf Orchid, absolutely worth it. If you're somebody who, like me, has seen a lot of talk about it and you're like, I don't know really if it's worth that, it is. Also, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway of 2 different fragrances in today's video, so stay tuned for that. Gotta spread the wealth a little bit. Now, as I said, this one about 30 bucks. You do wanna shop for all of these at discounters, of course. I mean, not that it's really easy to find these at full MSRP. You could if you wanted to, or maybe you could go to like a mall kiosk and somebody has it for like 100 bucks. Don't do that, by the way. But yeah, you wanna be shopping for these at discounters, and if you do shop for these or any other fragrances, I have some codes to save you some money. So Gift Express got 15% off for there, 5% off plus free shipping at Maple Prime, 10% off at the Perfume Box. The Perfume Box, Gift Express, and those stores have a ton of clones. Of course, so does JOMASHOP. The codes there only work within the JOMASHOP app though, so be aware of that. And there are codes for more stores as well, including Max Aroma, Fragflex, and others. So use those codes anytime you shop at those stores to save yourself a little money. The next one is an Armaf, and it is Club de Nuit Intense Man. This is the Extrait de Parfum. You can tell because the bottle is smaller. So Club de Nuit Intense Man is one of those fragrances that has some people that think it is just the best thing ever. That it's essentially like a gift from the fragrance gods. Thank you for CDNIM. Thank you. Oh wait, those aren't the fragrance gods. That's just Armaf. But yeah, there are some people that worship at the altar of CDNIM. Like, they will just tell you to no end how good they are as far as like pulling compliments, bang for your buck, performance, all of that. And then you also have some people that really, they don't like the CDNIM so much. We'll say that. But I have to say, if you are after compliments, you want something that is not gonna cost you that much money. You want something that's gonna last, that is gonna project, that you can wear in a ton of different situations. This does all of that. And it also kind of matches my shirt, kind of. Not really, they're just both black. Now the Extrait is one of the newer versions of CDNIM. There's also Absolute, but Absolute, unfortunately, is, as of right now, a Dubai airport exclusive. You have heard of Middle Eastern exclusive fragrances, but now we have a Dubai airport duty-free exclusive. What? So hopefully eventually that gets released to where, you know, people who aren't regularly flying through the Dubai airport internationally can scoop it up. That would be cool. But for now, that one is but a pipe dream for myself. The Extrait though, this is also newer, and it is a smoother, richer, rounder Club de Nuit Intense Man. Thankfully, not that much more expensive as far as what the bottle costs. Price per milliliter is higher because the bottle size is smaller, but it's not really expensive. And I think just the best overall version of Club de Nuit Intense Man, if you don't take into account the pricing, is the Extrait and the limited edition. Also, there's a special edition, which is pretty good if you can find it. But CDNIM in pretty much any of its forms, facets, shapes, and styles is amazing if you are after some positive attention. The next one is for somebody who's looking for something inexpensive that is extremely fresh. It is Pacific from Rayhon. Now I've got to say, I ran back through the Rayhon Aqua fragrances. So that is these right here, these 3. So Pacific, and then Ocean Rush, and Fresh Wave. Because, you know, it's heating up, and I was like, well, let's go ahead and give these another spray, give these another wear, because it's been a while since I have, and my initial impressions were not the greatest in the world. Not that I hated them, just that they didn't like blow me away necessarily. Now, Fresh Wave reminds me very much of like Green Irish Tweed, Cool Water, stuff like that. And it's pretty decent, especially for the price, but I do have to say, I'm a huge Green Irish Tweed fan, so, you know, your results may vary. So this one, not too bad. But I have to say, Ocean Rush, when I sprayed this one on, I was like, I mean, maybe not that bad, but it was like Windex. The initial opening was rough, bro. As it dries down, it does get better. It becomes like an amalgamation of blue fragrances, kind of like if you just blended a bunch of them up into a bottle. But that's my quick rundown of those two. Obviously, from those two, I like Fresh Wave more. Pacific, though. Pacific is the one that really got the hype from those three. It was the one everybody talked about. The other two, they got mentioned just like a little bit. So what's the deal with Pacific? Is it actually good? Well, it is familiar. It's similar to like Hawas from Rasasi, which means it could remind you of Legend Spirit, could remind you of Invictus Aqua, kind of in that style, that kind of very fresh, aquatic, bubblegum sweet type of scent profile, which by the way, works amazingly as far as pulling attention, which is kind of why it's right here in front of me. So it's got lavender, citrus, a good amount of it, including bergamot, lemon, and tangerine, amber, and cardamom as well. And because it is the most popular of that trio, it's a little more expensive. The other ones you can find for sub 20 bucks, which frankly, super ultra cheap. This one, a little more expensive. It's like 24 and change. But I will say, going back and spraying all three on again, easily, to my nose, this is gonna be the one that you want if you're after something that's going to get you positive attention easily. Just that DNA works, people love it. Now for something completely different. This one is from Aromatics, French Avenue, and it's Royal Taboo. I'm just playing, it's aromatics. But if you read it, you can read it Aromatics. I'm now realizing that sounds negative. I don't mean it negative. Aromatics. And I have one for you that I picked up and something else I picked up as well. They're both brown. So I'm gonna give away these two in today's video. For now, they shall sit here. So this was part of the French Avenue / Fragrance World X Aromatics set. They came out with two fragrances together, this one and Carnal Desire, and they recently came out with a new one, which I have not smelled yet, which is X Sandal. Kind of sounds like an 80s sci-fi fantasy adventure movie. X Sandal, right? That's kind of the vibe it's giving me. Bottle on this one feels good. It's got like an almost very lightly gritty feel to it, matte kind of finish. The fragrance itself is a clone of Centaurus by Creed. The quality is extremely good. It's really impressive. So if you've never smelled Centaurus, it's a tobacco fragrance, like a warm, spicy, sweet tobacco. There is cardamom in there. There's cinnamon, benzoin, vanilla, tonka, a little bit of patchouli as well. And Centaurus is also like vaguely similar to Amouage Boundless. So if you've never smelled Centaurus, but for some reason you have smelled Boundless, it's kind of in a similar ballpark, only leaning a little more sweet, not quite as aggressively spicy. Not that Boundless is too aggressive, but yeah, when you compare the two. Performance, really, really good. Top-notch stuff as far as the projection, the longevity. It is a little bit more expensive than some of the other French Avenue scents out there, but the fragrance itself is good enough that you don't feel like you've overpaid or anything. Then we have an Armaf. This is a newer Armaf. It's called Artisto. This is obviously part of the Odyssey collection, and they all have whatever edition they are on the side, which I've always thought is kind of funny because it's just like an addendum to the name, right? They just add it on there and give it a new edition. So for example, Odyssey Artisto, what edition could this be? Well, it's the red edition. That makes sense. This is a new release along with Mandarin Sky Elixir, which that one is also very, very good. Mandarin Sky Elixir is a little bit like taking Scandal Absolute, Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal Absolute, and mixing it with like Invictus Victory Elixir to an extent. So it's kind of like, it's got bits and pieces of each one of those fragrances. So sort of like that. This one though is a little bit different. This one is kind of a twist on the Jean Paul Gaultier Le Beau line. So Le Beau Le Parfum, kind of in that styling, maybe leaning a little bit more Le Parfum, but I do have to go and side by side it with all of the Le Beau fragrances. So it opens up fresh, a little bit citrusy. You've got that coconut in there, that tropical kind of creamy sweetness, vanilla, tonka as well. It's really addictive, smells great in the air, an attention grabber, but honestly, the whole Le Beau line is. So anything that's kind of in that style is gonna work, and this one does. This Odyssey line, man, it just keeps getting filled out more and more. They keep coming out with new ones, but they're really good, so can't really complain too much. Let's go from one red bottle to another. Next up, we have Versincencia Rouge by Maison Alhambra. So this is one that off and on is sold out and then available and then sold out and available and then sold out and then available. Yeah, it's one of those. The presentation looks like crap. Yeah, it looks pretty terrible. Just kind of like a standard stock bottle that's red, and you know, we got the line going down the middle where the bottle was fused together or whatever. The cap is whatever. It's whatever. The whatever is whatever. But it is cheap. So let's overlook that. Oh, this presentation, that's not so bad. It's pretty good. The scent is Eros Flame. I don't even have to smell it. But you already knew that because looking at the bottle, Versincencia, you get it, Versace, Versincencia. Maybe I will smell it. Yep, Eros Flame. It is a surprise. It's one of those ones where you look at it, it looks bunk. It looks like something you would buy at the Dollar Tree, you know, just like a dollar fragrance store. Or if you're in the UK, Poundland, which is a great name, by the way. Poundland has got to be the greatest store name ever for inexpensive anything. It's the land of pounding. Like there's a lot going on there. But in spite of the look, this is something you can wear year round, whenever you want, and people are gonna love it. And as far as an inexpensive Eros Flame, this is the best. Next up, we've got another Zamaya. It's a body opulent or blue, depending on where you look. An interesting presentation style. It smells similar to a YSL Y, but not just any Y fragrance. No, the most expensive of them all, Elixir. Oh, what's that? Oh, people didn't care about Elixir and hated on it? Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that, yeah. Oh, I did too? Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah. Mainly because of the price. Why Elixir just too expensive, dude, when it came out. 2 ounces for $180, and it smells like slightly more refined, less aggressively sweet Y eau de parfum, kind of. And now it's $190 for a 2-ounce bottle at full retail, so more expensive now. But the price has dropped at discounters for Y Elixir, and it is an extremely wearable fragrance that's a compliment pour that people do love, so yeah. But this takes care of that pricing issue because it's not $190 for 60 mils. But that is if it smells close enough to Y Elixir though, which it does. Yeah, this stuff is awesome. It has that same like very clean, fresh Y Elixir feel to it. It's actually close enough that in the air, a lot of people might get completely duped from this one, that you could just be like, oh, it's Y Elixir, and they go, yep. I already knew that. I will say the very first time that I sprayed this one on though, when it first hit my nose, I was like, ooh. Not that it smelled bad, it just didn't really smell like anything that I was expecting. It was different. Then I let it sit for a little bit, like a week, went back to it. Y Elixir at that point. Really, really good if you're after an alternative to that scent. And then we got this. Ether Extrait, French Avenue. Can't go wrong with this. It is a Greenly alternative, PDM Greenly. Same thing I said with this carries over to this. The first spray, the very first spray I ever did of this one, it was, oh God. I shouldn't have done that big, huge breath right there. That was, oh God, man, stupid, that was stupid. Sprayed it on the tester strip, hoovered up all of it, just every remaining molecule of ether extrait that was in the air, I just, that's a, oh, gotta say though, it's actually not the worst tasting fragrance I've ever accidentally inhaled. Ugh. I realize now that, yeah, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing that I could probably put a tier list together of like 10 different fragrances I've accidentally tasted and rank them out as to like best to worst. This is actually not too bad. It's probably like top 4 best tasting. Great. Still doesn't taste good, just I've had worse. But yeah, first time I sprayed this on, it smelled like nothing. It smelled like rubbing alcohol. Legitimately, just like isopropyl rubbing alcohol. It was like, oh God, it's nothing. It's like I'd been punked or something. Hey, you bought this. F you. I actually drained it and put rubbing alcohol in it, sprayed it in your eyeballs, loser. And I've talked about this a few times before, but I was like this close to just firing up the camera and doing a quick first impressions on it, letting everyone know it's like the most god-awful abomination failure of a clone I've ever smelled in my entire life. But instead, I sat it to the side and was like, this stuff sucks. And that was pretty much it. I just left it and came back to it however long later, a couple weeks or something. Sprayed it on a tester strip like just now, only I didn't inhale the fragrance, and put it to my nose, and it was, what? Suddenly, it smelled like greenleaf? What? And I swear I did not have COVID or anything like that when I sprayed this on the first time. My nose was working, it was functioning. But this was one of the biggest changes ever, as far as any fragrance goes, from when you first sprayed it on to a little while later. And now it is just absolutely killer. It is really close to greenleaf. The performance is there, it smells fantastic, huge compliment puller as you would expect, great for spring, summer, early fall, top-notch stuff, one of the best. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do the giveaway. Royal Taboo, still sealed, and this one is Vulcan Sable, still sealed. This one is a clone of Sand Dance. I probably should have picked 2 different ones, I'm realizing now, because it's kind of hot outside when I'm filming this video here today, and both of these are more like fall, winter. Too late now. If you win, you'll be set up for fall and winter. How about that? So if you want to be entered in the giveaway, usual stuff, guys, leave a comment down below. Like the video, be subscribed to the channel. I will ship these wherever to whoever wins. In the comments, let me know your favorite clone. Give me anything, doesn't matter, whatever you like. If you don't even have one, you can say, I don't even have one. And I will pick the winner with random comment picker posted up on the post tab of the channel with all the other winners from this month. And that will be the following month that I post that up. Good luck. The final fragrance for today's video is going to make a grand entrance by doing loop-de-loos. By that, I mean I'm gonna throw it in the air. Let's see if I can catch it. Yes, of course I can. It's Lattafa's Assad Bourbon. I say of course I can, like I've never dropped them. I have dropped them before. So Assad Bourbon, this right here is an interesting little fragrance. You know, we began with a Born in Roma Intense clone over there, you remember. And then this one right here is also a little Born in Roma Intense-y, but it has also drawn some comparisons to like the Most Wanted from Azzaro. It also has little bits and bobs of things like Scandal Absolute with Mirabelle Plum in there. So it's kind of like its own thing that is taking parts of very popular fragrances that have similarities between them already and kind of blending them together to an extent. So it's not the same as what's going on over here, but definitely in the same ballpark. So let me spray on this one again. Go ahead and, ooh. Magnetic cap, only one here with the magnetic cap. Yeah, like this one has a little more freshness off the top, talking about the Zamaya, whereas Assad Bourbon goes in a little bit quicker on the warmer, sweet aspects. They are similar. I'd say Assad Bourbon is more fall-winter, whereas this guy over here you could wear pretty much whenever you want. But Assad Bourbon, a very good fragrance, high-quality fragrance that will finish up this list. The final clone fragrance list video here. Specific, it doesn't really matter. But in a way, it is like turning the page, you know, to a new spot. I have a lot of memories of filming goofy things in this room, so yeah. Thank you if you've been here with me watching. I appreciate it. So we will move from here to somewhere new and talk about fragrances more. I think I'm gonna start doing just lots of random things on my extra channel. We'll see. But there we go, guys. Again, all of these are linked down in the description below. These are absolute killers. Thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, guys. Good luck on the giveaway. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.